Hi, my name is CK and I'm here to talk about scalp issues. So we know there's a couple like dry scalp, dandruff, psoriasis, and also fungal infections. Well, if you are concerned and you don't know where to go and you've been Googling and researching, here is your video. And I'm also gonna give you 3 over-the-counter shampoos that may help, may or may not help. Okay, so dry scalp is when your scalp loses too much water or moisture. You know, kind of like dry climate. Some people, they complain when it goes from colder climates to hotter climates, they always talk about their scalp being dry when it's in a colder climate. So dandruff is when pieces of the scalp, they get dry and they kind of like flake off of the scalp. Sometimes, you know, if you scratch it, you can see the flakes just falling down, things like that. Dandruff, it's not an issue, but it can be an issue for some people because they don't like to see it. They get embarrassed, things like that. Okay, and psoriasis is when the skin cells, they actually build up and they get pretty, they kind of form, they actually can form on your scalp. They can be itchy like dry patches. They also can travel. So you have to be very careful with psoriasis. If you think you have psoriasis, I would highly recommend to go and seek help or go to a doctor that can actually point you in the right direction. So with psoriasis, it can be a little spot, it can grow, it can get smaller, it can go away, it can come back, it can end up behind your ears, it can end up on your elbows, it can end up anywhere on your body. So if you don't get psoriasis under control, it can lead to a bigger issue. Okay, so now let's talk about the fungal infection. So the fungal infection, some people know it as like a ringworm, right? So mostly young children, they can get ringworms, they can catch them from anywhere. Dirty places, clean places, we don't know. The children get them and they can be highly contagious. So if you do have a child and you do see a ringworm anywhere on the scalp or anywhere on the body, make sure you take them to their pediatrician so the pediatrician can give you the proper ointment that they need, and also they would give the child an antibiotic to take to fight off the infection that the body is going through. So I would highly recommend going and finding a licensed professional or cosmetologist that can help you with actually your natural hair and scalp. Like, I know a lot of people like to get their hair done, they want the wig, they want braids, they want things like that. Everything is great about that, right? It's a huge industry, right? But we want to just focus on the conditions of your hair, making sure your hair is healthy, right? Because your scalp is healthy, your hair is healthy. Remember that. Now, let's talk about these shampoos. So I'm going to give you 3 over the counter. You can find them through professionals only. If you do not want to go the professional route, that is entirely up to you, but I am letting you know I highly recommend professional products, right? If you go to a professional to seek these issues, I would highly recommend using the professional products. That way you can actually get down to the root of the issue and get it under control. So let's talk about, let's talk about Mizani. For the natural hair people that say they have on the scale of 1 to 4 and A to C, for 1A to 4C hair, or beyond the chart or less than chart, whatever it is. If you love Mizani, you just love Mizani. Okay, so with Mizani, they actually have an ingredient called PYRITHIONE zinc. PYRITHIONE zinc is the main ingredient that you guys all should be looking for when you have scalp issues. I'm actually going to let you guys know about 2 products that have PYRITHIONE ink in it. PYRITHIONE zinc in it. The word is so complicated. So Mizani is one. I'm going to show you guys the bottle, and that way you guys can kind of have an idea of what it looks like and what you're looking for. The next one that has PYRITHIONE zinc in it is the Scalp Sync by Matrix. Some people are familiar with Matrix, some of them aren't. These shampoos are for any textures, right? When professionals, shampoos don't really discriminate. They just know to do the job and get the job done. So Matrix has one called Scalp Sync, and it's also an anti-dandruff, and that one is highly recommended. I highly recommend it. We actually use that on our back bar. That way, when our clients do come in with scalp issues, we can help them kind of get it under control for them. Instead of making them buy it, we can just do it at the shampoo bowl. So the next one I'm going to tell you about doesn't have that main ingredient in it, but it does have a familiar one called tea tree. Tea tree is the staple for a lot of people. They know they can use tea tree oil, they can use it in the shampoo. They know that tea tree would get the job done too. If you're not into things that are like more minty, then I don't recommend this shampoo for you, because I don't want you to feel like it's burning you. Paul Mitchell has a tea tree shampoo. It's phenomenal. Like, it's really awesome. It makes the scalp squeaky clean. It gets the hair clean. It detoxes the hair. It does so much to the scalp and to the hair. It promotes growth, you know, because we need the stimulation on the scalp. So tea tree also will promote hair growth as well. So I feel tea tree by Paul Mitchell is a great one too. But like I said, if you're not into the minty stuff, I don't recommend it, you know, unless you're into minty, putting it in your hair. If you're in the shower, putting it on your body, I don't recommend it, because it does have a tingle to it. So those are the 3 shampoos that I would recommend that are over the counter, that can get the job done and help you with your issues. But I also, like I said, I will highly recommend going to a professional and getting the professional opinion that you need. And that way they can point you in a direction. So if you don't know, a cosmetologist license is through the state. So we learn all the diseases and all the issues in the hair, the skin, and the nails. We know the infections, we know how to identify them, and that way we are able to point you guys in the direction that you guys need to go. So if you have any questions or want to know a little bit more, you can always comment, you know, down below, and I also will appreciate a follow. Thank you.